My name is Marian, and I'm going to share with you my personal story and the story of my country, Colombia. First, I'm Colombian, so South America, and the topics that really matter is education, tech, women, and leadership. I need to say that I hurt a little my throat, so excuse me if I can speak really fast and take a little break to drink some water. So the first thing that I like to clarify is Colombia, not Colombia. Colombia is a really cool university in the United States and New York, but most of the foreign people spell Colombia, not Colombia. And a really cool thing is we have different scenarios in a really rich views. This is the Orinoco and the 7-color sea. We have the 5-color sea in the Caribbean. We have the Amazon. We have the Pacific coast. This is Chocó. And also in the Caribbean, we have the Sierra Nevada of Santa Marta, and is the highest coastal mountain range in the world, and is with snow. And the Andes, where this is the Cocora Valley, the wax palm is the national tree. And in the Andes, we have my city, Medellin. This is Medellin, Colombia. So what happened when we talk about Medellin, probably you talked about this, Medellin, Colombia. This is the war that we have, and we signed the peace with the guerrillas. And then probably you see Netflix and you saw Narcos, of course, and you talked about Pablo Escobar and all the drug stuffs. But this is not the true story that are happening right now in my country. So this is JSConf. It's the first conference that we have in my city. This is a picture from 2018. I was a co-organizer also in 2017. And this is where everything happened. This is an innovation hub in my city that is Ruta N. And Ruta N opened the doors to us, the first leaders of the communities. And actually, I like to recommend you this talk. The name of the talk is Butterfly JS Effect. And the creators of this talk is Julian Duque, that is here in the Heroku booth, and Buritica, that lives actually in New York. Personal, Julian was my first mentor in this, in all this journey that we began with Pionerasdev. And this is the first meetup that we launched, and I'm going to share you the story. I was here in a startup weekend from IoT, Internet of Things, and I was the only woman in that place as a mentor. So I shared my feelings with Julian, and I shared them why here no are more women. So he told me that, hey, we like to create a group, and not school girls. So we create a group, and not school girls. And the leaders in this chapter was Julian Duque, Adrian Estrada, that you already know them yesterday in the main keynote space, and this is Juliana. Juliana was one of the leaders, women leaders, that began all the story. The handle was Naranjita Gold. And in 2016, they came to the United States, and I decided to Naranjita to take care of the community. So we began with only 10 girls, really inspired about technology, about Node, and the cool things that we can create with this. So we began a chapter, and actually the government shared our group in a newsletter, and arrived 250 women to our first meetup in 2016. But they thought that we are going to teach them digital marketing. So it was like, no. And actually we have Gloria. I want to share the story of Gloria. Gloria is a woman who lives in the poorest area of our city, and she made arepas. Arepas is like a bread made from corn from Colombia. And she came here to try to how to configure my Twitter. So we say, Gloria, no, this is like, you're going to do your first hello world. And she said like, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't have an idea to do that. Sorry for the expression. But we decided to continue all the chapter and create this logo and this brand that the name is Pionerasdev. And it's a Spanglish word that the meaning is pioneers, developers. And this is the first group of us, and our personal hero was the first success story that we have. This is Milady. Yeah, the name is My Lady. Milady is a typical girl from the comunas, the poorest area that we have in our city. She is a nini, so they don't have the resource to go to school or to go to university to study something that she really matters. So she loaned the ticket bus to go to Pioneras, to Ruta N, and with no linear content, because we are only a meetup who get reunited one time a month. So she became curious about technology, and then a year later she could get her first job at tech. So this is the fun story. This is her first day in the company that allows her to have Milady. This is when she could afford her first computer, her first laptop. Here's the certificate because she was really consistent to all the meetups. So we create like a certification of the commitment. And then she realized that she was really into Python. So we created the first conference in Colombia, Python, and I was also co-organizing in 2018. And she became the first volunteer for this conference, and then she teach us about Python. And this is 2016 when we are growing up. This is 2017. And then this is the thing, that we are focused in women for 14 to 28 young women, but they are white because they are poor and unemployed. They have the biggest rate. So this is not only a gender issue. This is a real personal and human problem in our country. And the industry needs that we already know that is a deficit of developers in the world. But in Colombia, they need 100 developers, the companies. And they only have 7,000 qualified developers through university. That is no, right now is not the normal path because we have a lot of boot camps and stuff. So this is the closing party that we have. And we realized that we need an organizing team. You already know yesterday Alice Parodi. Perhaps you have the luck to see all these women in international conference because they get international and they could travel around the world telling stories not only about Pioneras, not only about communities, technical talks about what we are learning and sharing with our community. So here is ScaleConf, is other big conference right now in Colombia. We have 7 big conferences running in our country. Here's Manuela, traveled for her first time to Europe and get to GitHub. And here's Juliana, who could talk and share about accessibility in O'Reilly. And this is our first reunion as a community. And here is only 9 communities, and Manuela was the only women in the table. But actually, this year, they reunite through Ruta N, and actually right now there are 19 leaders women leaders in communities in Colombia. So we are creating a change. This is the Django Girls, PyCon, and actually we create synergies with other countries. So here is Daniela from Bolivia, and Platzi, that is a cool startup for our country, who is very international for Latin people. And this is Maria Carolina. She is a really good engineer about Internet of Things and works in the first company in our country in Internet of Things that the name is Ubidots. And she could go to a bootcamp for startups for creating robotics and all kind of gadgets in Silicon Valley. Here's Maria Paz. He went to Australia and he ran a really cool meetup for Angular in Brisbane. So he's taking the word of Pioneras to other countries. And here we are in NG Bolivia. So in the conference of Angular in Bolivia, in the conference of Angular in Colombia. And then we receive an email from other leaders from other countries from other cities in our country. So he's Kelly from Barranquilla and Maria Alejandra from Cali. This is Barranquilla. They have a really cool carnival there, and it's really fun. It's the second besides Rio. So you are welcome to go. This is the leaders in Barranquilla. Actually, Estela works here in Canada, and she's a really cool, really good developer. So this is Cali. Cali is the capital of salsa. So if you like to learn how to dance, probably you need to go to Cali. And this is the leaders of Cali, and they bring the meetup and run 11 meetups this year in Cali. We decided to bring to our country Latinity. Latinity is like the Grasshopper conference from Latin world. And we reunite 34 countries in one place, in Bogota, Colombia, the capital. And in 2019, so this is our number. So we began with 5 active members. You saw in the picture 9, but actually the dedication and the commitment was 5 girls. And at the end of 2019, we are circled 1,200 active members in all Colombia, in 3 main cities. For 2020, we're going to be in 6 cities. So we are growing. We create a special project that the name is Local Heroines, and you can find it here. And we decided to illustrate all the leaders in our community and share the story, because we have different backgrounds, different stories to share with the community, and put faces to the role models, to the new generation of girls in our country. So for 2020, we're going to be in Medellin, Cali, Barranquilla, that we already are, and Neiva, Bogotá, Cartagena will be the news chapters. And in 2018, we created a bootcamp, and 85% of the 24 pioneras, so 20 of them, graduate for our first bootcamp, 3 months committed, and with linear content, and they graduate last as front-end developers. So for 2020, we like to run 2 bootcamps, and this is our number. So in social media, you can find us as Pionerasdev, and we have circled 5,000 pioneers in Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We have different chats because we have different chapters to talk about what we need, dependency of the latency of the information. So we have Slack, Telegram, WhatsApp, and in Meetup we are like plus 1,500 pioneers. So we are going to launch our first conference this year, 2020, and we are going to host in Ruta N, our home, because it's the innovation hub when everything happens. And this is the main team of Pionerasdev, and here's Liz. He is DevRel in outsource. We have 2 girls that also grow through Pioneras, and right now they are web UI developers in Globant. That is a big company in our country, and in Latin America they have different offices. And this is the closing party right now. So we are creating opportunities. We are not only a meetup from gender to try to solve more equitable participation of women. Yes, that's important for us, but we are giving these young girls opportunities in the industry through creating safe space to they learn and can choose which path they want to create in their careers. This is Pionerasdev, and thank you for being here. If you have questions, I can answer because it's a little small room, so no.
What about funding?
Okay, that's a good question. We have really big issues about this because the Rutena give us a space, like is a venue, but we have a really poor girls background, so we need like giving them food and support, like a pizza or cookies, something small, but we try to find them through companies. But yes, they are giving us in, we call it especia. I don't know what's the translation. Like they bring them the cookies, but we don't have the funds. So we create like an initiative, a Shopify platform, and we sell the T-shirts, and you can get one. It's 35,000 pesos. It will be like $15 or something like that to run the community. Because in Medellin, we have the support, we have a really tech hub there. But in other cities, this does not happen. For example, Cartagena is a really beautiful city, and probably you see in the brochures of tourists and stuff, and will be the location for a lot of movies. But they don't have the companies or the tech hub to take these meetups. So we need to send them money to, they can run the chapters there. That's why. Another question? Carolina.
How can you get involved if you want to?
We have a lot of, if you like to get involved to the community, you can write us through the webpage. We have a form to fill the space, and we have also a Gmail. We have through Google recently the domain and the emails for the nonprofit, because we are an NGO organization, a registered NGO. But right now we are running everything through our Gmail. So the name is Pionerasdevelopers at gmail.com, and you can write us, and it's a different things. For example, you can share your story, and we can, I don't know, to do a live Instagram video, and you can encourage all the girls, and you can connect it online with a meetup and propose a subject. And we need to practice more our English, so it will be good if you are an international speaker to share with us your knowledge. So you are welcome to share with us in Pioneers.
Are you guys doing anything to target young girls?
Yes, this year we have a really big dream, ambitious dream, because actually we don't have like an hour of code in our country. I saw the video this year, and I saw Shakira. Shakira is a singer from our country, but I saw like, it's very funny because we don't have not only one chapter from our code, and that was our dream. So perhaps in 2020 we have in the high school and middle schools hour of code, like perhaps a city initiative, because imagine we have like a new mayor, and she's very friendly with tech industry, and our biggest dream will be having in all the country. But right now the thing is they are like the word of mouth. So they share the story I went to a community. So what is a community? For example, Gloria, their son and their daughter think that Pioneras was like a church or something, because we reunite on Saturdays from 2 to 6, because it's the best schedule they can learn, because most of them has another work, or they're trying to study something, or work in a call center, some that things happen. So we share with them, like, bring your friends, and perhaps this could be an option for you. So yeah, I think the main channel will be word of mouth for us, and social media. Actually, in Colombia, they don't have like a computer, but they have like a smartphone. It's really funny, but they have it.
How long normally take for an unemployed woman after joining your company to get a job?
1 year. 1 year. I mean, depends obviously of the dedication of the women, but the main thing that we create is like the culture of self-learning. We share resources in our webpage, and we encourage them through. We create like different forms for mentor. The name is Mentor. It's a really easy name for us, Mentor. So the Mentor platform is a form, and you can ask for 1 hour of mentorship for someone who could teach you some technology. And we did that because I know the drop down, it was really high. If you are very frustrated to your terminal, and you can fix the bug, and you close the laptop, and perhaps we lost some brilliant women who could give us a talk or became a leader. So we create mentor, and right now we have circa 400 mentors dedicated to our platform. Bueno, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup.